Alright. Huh. I might post this on a couple forums. But I hope somebody actually shares this, because I'm actually going to send this to... But I'm going to put this on YouTube. And I want somebody to actually share the shit out of it. Because when it talks about banning TikTok. And undoubtedly, why ban something when people are actually using that app itself to have fun? Plus, those two, we're actually helping each other out when it comes to mental health awareness, because we know medication ain't gonna work, because that's all people want us to be on is medication. So, I mean, literally, you're trying to ban TikTok. I mean, you might want to look at the app real good before you actually literally just come off and say, oh, we're gonna ban TikTok. You might not want to ban it, because for one, you have so many users in America using it, and we actually use it as a part of free speech. So technically, TikTok is protected by the First Amendment. And if you take away that right, that's pretty much silencing us, and also too, it's taking away our voice. Why do you want to take that away? I'm like, and don't come off and say it's because national security, because for the sole fact, you might want to look at Facebook. Because for one, you can check in on Facebook and it pings your location of where you at. TikTok don't do that. The only way that it would give away information about the location or where you're at is if you've done the video, you're standing in front of it, or you say where you're at. So technically, TikTok is more self-controlled than it is broadband out. And there is an actual headquarters in California for the American server side, so that way it can be monitored in the US for the American server, for American users and all that. I'm like, so they're doing their job on that part. So don't ban TikTok because you think it's just a Chinese-made thing. At first it was. Then they realized that it's better to actually branch it out, so that way other countries can control it the way they need to make it a safe platform for people to use. And it's a fun platform. I mean, look at it. You got the OC and cosplay communities. That right there is actually fun. That's what I like looking at. I'm like, because you don't have that on Facebook, because for one, a lot of people think on Facebook that if you do that and everything, they think you're stupid and weird. Most of your bullies are on Facebook. I mean, and also too, you ain't gonna get no help on Facebook about mental health awareness or anything like that, because they'll be like, oh, you just need to go see a psychiatrist and get on some meds. Because that's what they think. That's what they normally think. We get on TikTok, guess what? We actually help people out on there. And do you really want to come off and say, oh, we're thinking about banning TikTok? You know, you do that, you're going to have a lot of pissed off people. And if I do that, some people might, if I freaking actually literally can't use TikTok, guess what? I'm not going to use Facebook. I won't use Instagram, Snapchat, or whatever freaking social media app that is out there. If you ban TikTok. TikTok is my freaking way out from those apps. And I'm pretty sure it's the way out and the freedom from them other apps too, for other people. Because I'm not going to freaking deal with Facebook and everything like that and have to deal with that bullshit and then get censored on there. Because I like to use the First Amendment. TikTok is the only place I can actually say what I want, when I want, and how I want. It don't matter if it hurts anybody's feelings or not, but I'd still do it respectfully. But I'm on there to have fun. I'm not on there to give away locations or anything like that. So you might want to when you do the investigation, you're going to realize how much it actually helped people out, to help them clear their heads, to get out of, to get their minds off of a depression, to help, lower their anxiety and stuff. Do that research on that first before you even think of anything else, because I'm telling you now, TikTok is not a national security. you might want to look at Pokemon Go. Because Pokemon Go, guess what? Yeah, you can turn your camera on. It shows exactly where your location is at. Because for one, guess what? Your own data too. And America didn't create that game. And also too, you turn the camera off, guess what? It's already loaded with maps already. It knows exactly where you're at. To the pinpoint geographical location where you're at. Same with Facebook. Because of that check-in. It pings your location exactly to the spot where you're at. TikTok doesn't do that. You might want to go look at TikTok thoroughly and everything. You're going to realize that there is no location set up on it. And yes, a lot of people do like putting their real names on TikTok because for one, they want people to know their name. A lot of us actually freaking literally use usernames so that way if people want to know our name, they have to ask us privately. Believe me, the smart ones know how to literally not give out info if we don't want to. Because we know Operation Security. And a lot of us like to protect our own assets too. Because we're trying to do positive things. And now you want to talk about freaking taking down an app. It's not the app that's causing the problems. Just because you're saying it's a Chinese app, guess what? I bet 90% of the damn software that you get on every one of your phones is probably freaking from China and Japan and all that, because Asians actually know technology better than Americans do. The Americans actually send their freaking technology to the Asians so that way the Asians can actually freaking beef it up and make it run and process better. And then they send it back to us to do the final touches to it, so that way freaking they don't get the credit for it. The only thing they're doing is just making sure freaking everything's running properly and making sure everything's set right. We do most of the tech. They're the ones that do the final, they're the ones that fine tunes it and everything to make sure it's running properly. And that goes with apps, with the algorithms and stuff. Guess what? They know how to do the algorithms. They know how to run the apps and stuff like that. They know how to make them function right. You know how many apps how many apps itself that we've actually freaking tried to do to copy TikTok and we failed miserably because we're trying to get their algorithm on how it works so well on how many servers they have. Guess what? The reason why TikTok runs as smooth as it does is because they had to split up the servers and everything so that way it don't overwhelm their server and crash. It's not about national security. You're just making that excuse saying it's national security. TikTok don't give away info unless somebody's giving it away. And 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be the people that work there. It's just going to be some random person that just don't care about life or anything like that. It's just going to give the location of where they're at. That's how information gets thrown out there. If somebody that don't care. Why don't you let the people have integrity to actually control the app themselves, okay? If they're using it, they know exactly what they're doing. If you're not using it, quit saying you're going to ban TikTok. Because if you don't have the app, why in the world are you even talking about banning it? If you haven't used it, why are you talking about banning it? I'm like, the ban itself is not going to help at all. It's just going to piss a lot of people off that freaking actually found a platform they can actually have an escape to. We do it for fun. We encounter a lot of amazing people and everything like that we thought we would never encounter, because guess what? The states we live in, a lot of us, we know a lot of people. We know how shady some of them are. But TikTok itself is actually letting us, talk to people that actually, have the same mindset. That's probably went through some dark times. We're there to help each other, lift each other up. So don't be a prude, don't be selfish and everything like that, and ban an app that you really don't know how much it's actually helped a lot of us. Just saying. Do your research on that, on the mental aspect of it. Don't just look at it as, national security or anything like that. Look at it as a mental health, and look exactly and see what people have actually done to actually help others with TikTok. I'm telling you, you'll be surprised, and then you'll realize, something, it's actually helping more people out than it is actually hurting. TikTok is our voice. Blame me. Why do you think freaking they put a headquarters in California? So that way we can have our voice and not be silenced. Think about that, Pomeo. And to the people that's over there in Washington, D.C., if you're going to do the research on it, you're going to do the investigation, you make sure you look at it in the mental health aspect, see how much it's actually helped others overcome stuff. Look at it like that. Don't look at it as something else, okay? Because technically, since they put a server here, it does protect it under the First Amendment. So technically, it actually, the American version, this is the Americanized side of it. So technically, yeah, it's protected under the freaking First Amendment. It is our freaking freedom of speech as well. So you might want to do the positive research on it first, because I'm telling you, that positive is going to outweigh that national security crap. If you see the national security problems on it, it's probably because, for one, you have soldiers probably still in uniform and everything like that, and giving away their units and everything when they're not supposed to. So technically, you can get them for violating OPSEC. Look at that aspect. Just don't ban TikTok because people like to fuck up. And don't punish us for using the app. That's all I gotta say.